Welcome to the Ask Coach Mac podcast, where coaches from around the world get their strength and conditioning questions answered.
What's up, guys? Ron McKeefery here, and welcome to episode number 26 of Ask Coach Mac. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have a great question from Matt, but before we get to that, we want to thank today's sponsor, Iron Grip. If you're in the market for plates or dumbbells or barbells, these are my go-to guys. I put Iron Grip plates, dumbbells, and bars in 3 facilities, including my own garage where my family and I train. I've had nothing but positive experiences with them and love the fact that they're manufactured in the U.S. For more information, go to irongrip.com, follow them on Twitter, or call Chris DeSanto at 509-230-3124. All right, here's today's question from Matt.
Hi, Coach Mac. My name is Matt Buha, and I'm the head football coach and an athletic development coach at Mary Institute in St. Louis Country Day School, located in St. Louis, Missouri. My question today revolves around your off-season experiences. When you look back on all of your experiences as a strength coach, was there ever an off-season or a summer preseason that was more memorable for you than the others? And if there was one, what about that year made it so great? It doesn't even really have to be from a programming standpoint, but maybe from other perspectives, it might deal more with character development or generating excitement, or even that breakthrough moment that you might have experienced with your players. Coach, I really appreciate your time and all of the effort that you give our profession, and I really look forward to hearing your response.
Matt, appreciate the question, man. It's extremely hard to pick just one memorable offseason. I mean, I've had a chance to over the course of almost 20 years of coaching, they're all special in their own way, as you can imagine and know from your own teams. I think the thing that we try to do with our program that I would encourage coaches to do is to create life moments. I think with forms of motivation, one of the things that I talk about in extrinsic motivation is really creating life moments for your athletes. And so some of my favorites have been taking athletes. It's at Tennessee. We took them whitewater rafting. We take our athletes to Pikes Peak. Our seniors out here, I've climbed mountains with guys. We've done beach workouts. We climbed sand dunes. One of the things that we do up here at Michigan is the frozen leap each year, where we'll jump in at 6 degrees outside, 5 degrees outside. And we'll jump in Ford Lake, frozen lake, where it is just about the last thing that you want to do during that time. But it's a life experience. And so I think when you create life experiences for your athletes, what happens is the walls start to break down. The barriers break down, and you form trust. Anytime that you provide a life experience for an athlete, in some ways, and don't mistake what I'm saying, but in some ways, they're obligated to you. They feel obligated to you. They want to reciprocate that in some capacity, and most often than not, that's obviously in compliance. They want to do what you're asking them to do because they know that you care about them more than just as a player. You care about them as a person. And so, in those off seasons that have been memorable, and those teams that have really been memorable, it's usually because in those life moments, in those experiences that we've created, we've been able to come together in a way where everybody felt an equal obligation to perform, to be a part of the program, and to be a part of the team, and to perform well on Saturdays. And I think you need to find those opportunities in your own program to implement those. For us, what I try to do is in our 4th week, we program on 3-week intervals. In our 4th week, it's usually an unload week or a deload week. And in that deload week, what I'll do is we'll add in either a butt kicker, something that they're going to remember for the rest of their life because it was so hard, so difficult. Or we're going to do a team builder. So like the whitewater rafting, the mountains, things like that. butt kickers. We've done, I've done an MMA workout where, they were doing construction at South Florida, and I saw a bunch of fencing that was just laying around, and every day I walked by it and drove by it on the way in. I was like, I got to use that in some way. And so we did. We went out, we got all that fencing, and we wrapped the weight room in fencing and made it like a cage, and made every rack was a match. And we put pictures of our opponents at each rack, and and it was intense. It was extremely difficult, and but the athletes obviously rallied around it and had a blast, and it was memorable because it was hard. But in those 4th weeks, we either do a hard workout or we do a team builder. We'll balance it out. So in the off season, in the winter, January might be a butt kicker, February might be a team builder. We flip that maybe in June and July, and our athletes have come to expect it. They've come to really embrace it and look forward to it. And again, I would much rather our athletes come to the weight room saying that they, wondering what we were going to give them, instead of being so bored that they don't want to come, and they know exactly what's expected, what's to come, and they're not excited about it. And so, Matt, I hope that answers your question. Would love to hear what everyone else thinks. Use the hashtag AskCoachMac26 to continue the discussion over on Twitter. Thanks for your question. I want to encourage everyone else that if you have a question that you would like potentially be featured on the show, head over to AskCoachMac.com. There you can ask your question by hitting the record button at the bottom of the page. Thanks so much for listening. I appreciate you guys. And here's a quote to finish off the day by Dr. Seuss. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Take care, guys. I will see you in the next episode of Ask Coach Mac. Bye for now.